Hey there, and welcome to my channel. My name is Lee, if we haven't met yet. And this is going to be my first time that I've shared my income report on my YouTube channel. Now, I share it each and every month on my website. You can go back and find the history of every single month of my income reports since I started reselling. And so that's been about 4 years now. So a little bit about me. I started selling about 4 years ago, very part-time, as a way to make some extra money while my kids are at home. Most of the time I've been doing this during nap time. I started out working just about 4 hours a week my first year, and the last 2 to 3 years I've been putting in about 10 to 15 hours a week. And that's kind of my typical schedule and how many hours I put in on a typical basis. And on average, I've been making over $2,000 a month. Recently though, we actually went through a move and that was the month of April. So I took most of the month of April off. And so that was a big challenge with getting all my inventory moved. I run around 500 to 700 items at any given time. At the time that we moved, I had about 30 boxes of inventory that I had to move. So it was a process. I'm getting settled in, but the effects of that are still seen in my sales report. So the sales are a little bit down. Also, for the month of May, which this income report is for, I did travel across the country to see my brother graduate from dental school, which is really awesome. And it was awesome that we were able to travel as a family and be with him during his virtual graduation. And so the month of May, I actually only worked about 2 weeks. So that's what the income report for the month of May is. It's basically 2 weeks of work. And that consisted of me sourcing for 2 days only out of the month. Normally I would source in any given month approximately 4 days. And by days, I'm talking like one morning, like 3 hours. So I did go out 2 times during the month of May, approximately 3 hours a piece, to gather items that I then resell. All of my sales this month were on eBay. I did not have sales on the other platforms. I primarily list on eBay, and that's the reason why I don't have sales on Mercari or Poshmark this month. I do have a few items listed, but they haven't sold. So with that, I'm gonna switch you over to my computer screen so that I can walk through the income report with you and we can talk about more of these numbers in detail. All right, hey there. So I'm over at my computer. I'm gonna walk through this income report with you. This is my littlest guy. His name's Roman, so you can say hi. You wanna say hi, Roman? You can wave. So this is what my website looks like. If you have not been to it before, it's listingtofreedom.com. This is where I post everything related to reselling and learning how to resell. So check it out. The income reports you will find at listingtofreedom.com/selling on eBay income. So that's right there. I will leave a link for you under this video. Also, I do offer a free course that I want to mention now. If you want to learn about reselling and how to make money from home, flipping items, I have a free 5-day course. I will leave the link below the video for you so that you can get signed up today. You will get every lesson sent to your inbox. It'll teach you everything from what to sell, how to sell, where to find items, everything you need to know to get started flipping items for money from home. All right, so here is my income report for the month of May. Like I said again, if you scroll down all the way to the bottom of this income report page, I do break down, it's a ways down here, but I do break down each and every single month. So you would just expand these. There's year 2020, 2019, 2018. You can go back as far as you want and just click in and expand these, and that will have the income report for that month. So back up to the current month that I'm reviewing, and this is the month of May. I did only have sales on eBay, like I mentioned. And so that's my one income that you will see here is from eBay Managed Payments. Now with eBay Managed Payments, that money is coming straight into my bank account. It has the eBay fees already taken out. It has any listing fees, final value fees, promotion fees. It even has my store fees taken out of it. So that's why you won't see those items listed as expenses in my expense report. I used to do it that way when I was receiving money with PayPal because those were separate expenses, but now it's all lumped together. So I did receive $2,333. That's money that actually hit my bank account. All right, so my biggest expense for reselling is postage. Shipping is a huge, huge, huge expense. I spend as much as $1,000, sometimes closer to even $1,500 a month. I did sell, substantially less this month because I only worked the 2 weeks for the month. So my postage is less than normal. So it was almost $800. I do want to say that I get a lot of questions about postage and why I pay so much for postage. And so I'm going to answer that question here. And the reason, the confusion that people have is that I charge buyers for shipping. So they say, if you're charging buyers for shipping and the buyer's paying for the shipping, how come you're paying so much for postage? And that's a good question because you don't want to be the person that's losing money on your shipping costs. And so the answer to this is yes, the buyer is paying for shipping, but I am receiving that money in my eBay Managed Payments. That money comes into my bank account when I receive that sale, and then when I go to ship that item, I take that money that I received for the shipping and use that to actually purchase my postage. So that's where that $800 comes from. Yes, it was received from the buyer. Yes, it came into my Managed Payments, and then I spent that money to actually ship the item. The one great thing about doing it this way is the ability to rack up points or cash back with credit cards. So I have a really awesome credit card that's a Citi double cash back. And so I actually get 1% cash back when I charge and then another 1% cash back when I pay. I do keep it paid off on a regular basis, so I'm not having to pay interest on it. So I end up getting 2% cash back just for purchasing postage, something that I would have to buy anyway. And then I end up getting around $25 to $27 a month, along with my other expenses like sourcing. So it's a really awesome way to just get a few extra dollars for, for things that I'm going to have to buy anyway. All right, so my next expense is sourcing. I normally spend closer to $200 a month on inventory. So sourcing is just a fancy word for inventory that you're going to be flipping. I did go out only 2 times this month and I spent about $60 each trip. So it amounted to a little over $120 that I spent for sourcing. Now I do have, inventory. I went into the month with inventory, but like I said, I typically only spend $200 a month. I just want to say, I didn't go and buy a whole bunch of inventory in April, and that's what sold in May. I'm very consistent with how much I am bringing into my store with how much I'm spending on my inventory. This month was slightly lower though since I was gone. All right, so my next expense that I had was supplies. This month it was $0, and you might be saying, but you spent money on poly mailers, or you spent money on boxes. Yeah, so as a store subscriber, which I am an eBay store subscriber, I get a $50 credit for my store level. That is quarterly, and that helps me buy shipping supplies. They are eBay branded shipping supplies. So every time I get that $50 credit, I go and purchase poly mailers, and I'm able to get about 400 poly mailers, and that can get me through about 2 to 3 months of sales. I do end up spending about $10 to $15 out of my own pocket in order to get those 400 poly mailers. The other expense is boxes. I do only use the USPS free boxes that they provide for shipping using their methods. Every once in a while, I might make one of my own boxes or use a box that I have from, say, like an Amazon order that I received and just reuse that box. Every once in a while, also, I may have a supply cost for the month for, say, ink or for my sticky label paper. I do print my labels on label paper. I don't currently have a label printer, so I do have some ink supply costs. It's pretty minimal. I spend between the label paper and the ink probably around $70 for the year. So it is pretty minimal for the number of items that I'm sending. I typically send around 200 items a month. All right, so once we add everything up, the $2,300 of the income received, less postage, less sourcing, it comes out to $1,420 for the month of May, which it is less than what I would typically make. My typical amount is closer to $2,000 or even more. But this was, again, for about 2 weeks worth of work. I was gone during our trip to see my brother graduate. I did keep my store open, and that's the great thing about eBay, is that you're still able to make sales while you're gone. I just then shipped those items when I came back. So every single day that I was gone and on the road, traveling, spending time with family, I did have money coming in and hitting my bank account every single day during that trip. And then I just shipped when I got back. So that's one of the things I love about eBay. I know some of the other platforms out there, you have to put your closet in vacation mode and you can't actually make sales. So yes, one thing I love about eBay. So $1,420 for the month for about 2 weeks worth of work. Again, if you'd like to learn how to make money reselling, maybe you're a busy mom with little kids, or you're nearing retirement and you're looking for some extra income, please sign up for my free 5-day course. It is absolutely free. It walks you through everything that you need to know. And please subscribe to my channel. It really helps me out and I really appreciate it. So thanks for watching.